Hey guys, my name is Kirneill from SenseQuality.com, and today I'm going to show you the best PC that you could ever purchase for gaming, hands down here. And I'm going to go through step by step each component and why it's the best here. And some are going to be obvious, some are going to be not obvious. This works for Call of Duty, Warzone, Fortnite, Valorant, CSGO 2, any game that you could think of. This PC is going to probably be the best at it because it focuses on reducing the overall input delay or input lag and reducing your overall latency while you're playing your game here. And we've handled at SenseQuality 10,000 or more computers here, so we know exactly which parts work and which parts are the most reliable. So stick with me through this full video so I can make sure that you get the best for your money's worth here. And if you're not looking for the best PC possible, I still would watch this video just so you can get a sense of what makes a PC good. And that way, when you're looking to build your PC in the future, you know what to build here. So let's get started. So we're going to start out with the CPU, and this website's called PC Part Picker. I highly recommend it. Do not get the PC list from the PC builder itself. The reason why you don't do that is because PC builders, they have to buy in bulk. They're going to give you some good parts and some bad parts like the SSD and the memory and stuff like that. We used to build PCs, and basically the number one reason we stopped is because to get that 5090 GPU, I would have to buy the same amount of power supplies, which was mid-tier, the same amount of memory or RAM sticks, which was mid-tier, and basically it's almost like providing my customers really bad parts that they're not looking at and really good parts that they are looking at, which is usually the CPU and GPU. So I would highly recommend going to a PC builder or a custom PC builder, right, with your own PC parts like the one I'm about to show you. That way you have an advantage there and you're getting the best parts possible for your money's worth there. And you know the amount that you're paying as well. So we're going to do the CPU first. And of course, the best CPU out right now, guys, is the 9800X3D. The reason why this is the best CPU possible is because of that X3D cache in there. It just processes what's happening in your game faster. So if you don't know what a CPU is or what a GPU does in game, you can think of it like this. A CPU is basically telling your graphics card what's happening in the game. It's determining what's happening. A graphics card is just visualizing the process for you in that game there. So most people skimp out on a CPU, not realizing that the CPU is really important because that's the thing that's telling your graphics card what to render. So you want that just as fast as your graphics card here to get the highest FPS possible. Now, the second thing that we're going to go over is the cooler here. Now the cooler, if you want RGB, guys, you could go with the NZXT Z73 here, and that should be perfectly fine there. And if you want like full on performance, you can go with the Arctic Liquid Freeze 360. I think it's like 3rd gen, and that should be just as good, and it's not even as expensive. So if I search up the Arctic Liquid Freeze here, it's $116. The NZXT Z73 is about $220. So you're paying for the RGB. If you're gonna spend this amount of money for the PC, you might as well make it look good, right? The third thing I'm gonna go over is the motherboard here. Now, this is super important. The motherboard goes along with the CPU, right? And the motherboard tells the CPU what you can and cannot do. And we want our motherboard telling the CPU that you can go as fast as possible when you want. And the only motherboard for the 9800X3D that certainly does that now is the Asus ROG Strix X870 Crosshair. This bad boy right here. You might say, oh my God, it's $700. Why would I pay $700 for a motherboard? The reason why you would pay $700 for this particular motherboard is because it has something called asynchronous mode. Just to sum that up, it just allows you to tell your CPU, hey, I want you to go faster. And you do that through BCLK overclocking and a whole bunch of technical jargon that you don't have to worry about. But basically, we do that optimization and FPS tuning for you at SenseQuality.com if you ever wanted somebody to optimize those motherboard settings for you. But let's continue here. So again, we have the 9800X3D, super fast. We have the motherboard that's telling that 9800X3D to go even faster. And we have a really, really good cooler with some RGB there. Now, the memory. This is the part that everybody gets wrong for some odd reason, and it's just because memory is super complicated. So I'm going to show you the best memory here. Now, if you wanted to go fancy, I would recommend these bad boys right here, okay? If you're going all out on a PC, you might as well make it look good. So you could either get the white ones or the gold ones. It's the G-Skill Trident Royal Neos. Really good. The two main important things about memory that people skimp over is, of course, the frequency, but not only the frequency, guys, it's the timings as well. So as you see right here, it says CL30. What does that even mean? That's just how tight or how fast the memory actually is. You can be at a high frequency and your memory could be super slow. So you want the highest frequency, but you also want the lowest timings possible. And this RAM gives you that here, so that should be good. Now, I would say that on Ryzen, if you're building this computer, you don't want anything over 6400. And if you have any trouble with this, you want to turn it down to 6000 because some CPUs can't handle this higher frequency. Just for AMD computers, we can't go all the way up to 8000, guys. Well, you can, but it's not going to be stable in-game, and it's not going to give you the performance that you personally would want. So you want to stick with this RAM right here. It's going to be stable, especially if you set it to 6000, and it's going to give you the highest performance possible. Plus, it's more than enough storage for gaming here. 2x16 is the best RAM, guys. You can go 2x32, you can go 2x64 even, but the problem with that is the higher you go, I realize, is the slower the RAM is. So you want the sweet spot. 2x16 is really good, or 2x24 is really good too, but I would stick to 2x16 for sure. Now, the next thing that we're gonna go over is storage here. So storage is not really a huge thing, but you want it as fast as your PC here. We want something that can read and write through your files really quickly while you're playing that game. And the thing that can do that is definitely going to be this 2 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro here. Now, the reason why you would want a fast storage, and you don't want to put any storage on your PC, is because you don't want this. So if I search something up, Notepad, right? You see how fast that came up, guys? That is super quick, right? Or if I open a file, I want it to open super quick. I want it to almost be instant. And that's what storage allows you to do. It allows you to search through your file explorer really quickly and find those files that you really want. It's just such a soothing process when you could find a file in 2 seconds rather than waiting 10 minutes to find a file. Now, the video card. This one's pretty obvious here. Of course, we're going to go with 5090. But what 5090 are you going to go with? The best one right now that I've seen from overclocking multiple PCs at SenseQuality, this Asus ROG Astral, guys, I'm telling you, I've done about 30 to 50 5090s by now, and this one is definitely the highest overclocking one here. I think I could go up to like plus 300 megahertz in Warzone and stuff like that, and it's still stable, while other 5090s cannot even go over plus 200 and get stable sometimes. So if you're buying a 5090, you're going all out. You're spending a lot of money. You're spending over $2,000 probably on a 5090, and it's already hard to find. You might as well get the good one, and that's going to be the Asus ROG Astro OC here. Now the case. This one's going to be a shocker to you guys, a huge shocker. But if you're looking for the highest performance, you need the best thermals possible, and the best case to do that is definitely going to be the Fractal Design North XL. It was tested by Gamer Nexus here. It's a good case for the price, and it scores high in terms of the thermal capacity here. So it'll just keep your PC cool. And especially if you're getting this PC, it is meant to be overclocked, right? So you want it to be as cool as possible so you can get higher performance there, which is really important for this generation of CPUs, even on Intel. Now, next is going to be the power supply. Now, I see all the time people skimp over this, guys, and it hurts me because the number one thing that we see at SenseQuality when we're diagnosing a PC here is that someone's PC won't turn on, and 99% of the time it's because of a skimpy power supply. Now, I'm going to give you guys the best power supply I've found and the best brand, and you really want to go with brand for the power supply. I suggest Seasonic 1000%, guys, and I would suggest 1000 watts, right? If you're going to go with a 5090, especially 1000, at least gold certified. You could go higher, but gold is the minimum that you want here. And the reason why I would suggest Seasonic is because out of hundreds of PCs that we've done with Seasonic power supplies, I've only seen one go bad, and I'm talking about thousands of PCs with Seasonics, and only one went bad. That is a shocker compared to like EVGA. I know Corsair makes power supplies. Corsairs are kind of iffy. Basically, the Seasonic's the best power supply that you can get, guys, and you don't want this $5,000 PC crashing on you and messing up your 5090 or messing up your other expensive components because of a power supply. So you really want a really good power supply, and this is another reason why you don't want to trust PC builders for selecting your parts, because the power supply is one of the parts that they skimp out on. The storage is definitely one of the parts they skimp out on. The memory is one of the parts they skimp out on. Most people don't know the right motherboard to get. That's another part. So basically, a lot of these parts that you really don't focus on is very, very important and can slow your PC down tremendously. So you want to make sure that all of them are perfect. That way your PC runs smoothly. So we're gonna go with case fans here. And of course, I'm a Lee and Lee lover. I'm sorry to tell you, I love the RGB on them. They're absolutely amazing. I barely see them actually get faulty and just stop working on you. So I would say definitely get the 2 batches of the Lee and Lee Uni fans for sure, because it's just gonna make the PC look nice. And I would probably, for this build, I'd probably get the white ones, because the white ones are gonna match the case. Your PC is not gonna look like everybody else's PC with the little box case and it's just black or white. You want a really, really unique PC to be sitting at your desk that you could show off to friends, guys. So that fractal case is gonna get you the best of almost everything. I would suggest this entire PC list in total, guys, and I would follow it exactly as is. Do not change any parts on this, because the parts can look the same, but it's not the same. So you can see RAM that looks exactly like this, but it might be different timings, it might be different frequencies, it might be different storage amounts, like 64 gigabits, which is not as fast for gaming. So you want to follow this exact list, and I'll link all of these below here so you can follow that. And if you need even more help once you build this $5,000 computer and you want to really, really push it to its limits and make sure that it lasts you 4 to 5 years here, go ahead and visit SenseQuality.com, where we work with all the professional gamers and make sure that their computer is optimized to the highest performance there. So go ahead and check us out on there. But I hope this helps, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the best gaming PC in the world here.